Hi everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette and I'm so glad that you are here with me today. I have for you some really cool, very inexpensive farmhouse style DIY decor. I know you're going to love. They're easy to make and you can actually recreate at home with very minimal supplies. I also want to remind you that my Etsy shop, it's linked down below in the description box. I have many items in there for you to check out, including these hat and more merchandise available. So if you're interested in purchasing them, check it out. Again, it is linked down below. But let's not wait any longer. Let's get started. Metal box I found at the thrift store. I'm just taking measurements because I want to build a base for it. So I'm here in my garage and it is a mess and it's freezing. But I have this, I wish I had a 1x4, but I don't. I have this 12-foot 1x3 and I think it would be good though. I was hoping I'd have. I'm going to take it here to my miter saw and I'm going to start measuring. So I am going to do the box, let's say a long ways this way. I'm going to first cut the ones that are going, the shorter ones, because then I am going to create pocket holes and then place the one. So I'm going to first cut those, remeasure to see how long I need to cut the other one. All right, so I'm just going to mark here where I need to place the cuts, and I am going to use my miter saw to cut them. So now it's time to make sure that things fit well, and then I'm going to measure and cut the two other sections. Now using my Craig jig, I am going to place 2 pocket holes on each end of the longer boards, and they're going to be on the same side of the board. A Craig jig or pocket holes are good when you are joining 2 boards together because it creates a very strong joint between those boards. That way you'll know that they're going to last and they're not going to wobble. It's just such a great tool to have and I love using mine. Alright, so now I'm going to use the pocket hole screws, the appropriate size ones, as well as the drill bit. And I'm just going to join them together, creating a frame for the box. Now that I have everything nicely set, I am going to sand it down just lightly to remove any splinters and just make sure that it's smooth as possible. I'm now going to place it on the bottom of the box, making sure that everything fits, and I'm excited because it does fit. And now I am just going to drill a couple extra holes. The box already had 4 holes, but I am needing a few more just to make sure that frame is nicely tightened. So I'm going to pre-drill the holes, and then I am going to take some screws and just screw in the base from the inside of the box.
moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever?
I am now going to give it a good clean, make sure that it's dust free and grime free. Take it outside and give it again several coats of this flat white Rust-Oleum spray paint. And again, guys, I seriously went outside like maybe 15 times. I was spraying it so lightly. It is cold, so it was going to take a while to dry. So I wanted to make sure each coat was very, very light. So I ended up going outside quite a bit of times, but in the end, it was so worth it.
I'm loving this moment. Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together?
All right, guys, so here we are. Now that it is dry, I am now going to measure again because I want to give this or turn this box into a table, a side table. So I want the table to be 20 inches tall. So I cut these 2x4s into 17 inches long. That way the entire table is 20 inches tall. Now I'm going to place a couple pocket holes once again only on one side of the legs. That way I can screw them in onto the bottom of the table.
Stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever.
Because these boards are thicker, you're going to see me here. I am putting a lot more body weight. And the table is a little high, my workbench. So I'm really trying to get on my tippy toes there, making sure that I have enough strength to get those screws in there.
I can't help but feeling just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together?
And now I am going to give the entire bottom base as well as the legs 2 coats of this regular household latex paint.
Stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever. Forever.
These little felt pads, I am going to place 2 on each leg. That way they are going to keep my floors nicely, not scratched up.
I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here?
Using my Cricut, I designed this, or I didn't design it, but I purchased this design from Cricut Design Space. I'm just going to place it right on top, and then I am going to use an X-Acto knife to cut right in the place where the top of the box would open up. That way it won't crinkle up on me.
I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment.
And to finish it off, of course, I'm going to seal it. I want to make sure everything is secure in there and it's not going to get stained or damaged with any water or, juice, milk. One last thing I wanted to do, I wanted to line the inside of the box using some contact paper. This is just one you get like at the Dollar Tree, I think it was that I got. And then once I did that, it was all done. I love this table. It is right next to the side of the couch that I sit on, and we can now store our remote controls, cell phones, tablets, whatever we want. And I love, love, love the way this box turned out into a side table.
Just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever.
For this next DIY, I'm going to take this piece of leftover wood. It was actually part of a kind of like a hook that it already has like a little claw hook in the back and everything. It's already set for it, but I didn't want to get rid of it because I just liked how kind of how farmhouse-ish it looked. Now it did have some white stains on it, so I did dry brush some white chalk paint. This is Rust-Oleum from Linen White. Linen White from Rust-Oleum. And I'm going to add this hook. These are from Amazon. I get these all the time. I have them on hand all the time. I covered up the little hole there in the center to make sure you didn't see it. Then using my Cricut, I'll cut out this little wreath and the word home just to add a little bit more just character to it. And then I'm going to take this wreath form. This is actually a little smaller than the one from the Dollar Tree. I get these on Amazon. They're like a packet of 10 and they're very inexpensive. And I believe I do have them down in my Amazon store, which is linked down below. If you do not know by now, I do have an Amazon store, which I carry a lot of these tools, a lot of these paints and supplies. So check it out if you're interested. So again, I'm just going to start putting in some of these flowers from the Dollar Tree. Keep it very fresh, very light. And this is what I'm going to hang from the little hook. And I think it turned out super cute. It don't even have to be hung with a wreath. It could be used for a scarf, purse, or even keys. Beautiful. And this next DIY is going to be very simple. This is a cutting board. It's a decorative one that I got at Hobby Lobby at 50% off. And I cut out the word home, except I left the O out. And I will try to figure out which font I used because this was a very unique font. But yeah, I cut it out and I guess you see kind of where I'm going here. I'm just going to spell out the word home vertically. And then the O is going to be a wreath form. I am using again one of those wreath forms from Amazon and these blue flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use the same process, cutting out little branches of it and then just putting them in, no hot glue needed, just making sure they are all the way in and putting them all around the wreath form. And then I am going to place a screw right where the wreath form can hang, and that's it for this one, guys.
To hold my hand, standing in the shadows of where we have been, sleeping with your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make, and I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one.
I'm going to take this piece of scrap wood. It came from a doorway from a house we were flipping several months ago. I'm going to remove the smaller piece of trim that's on top. Then I'm going to sand it down smooth. Once everything was sanded and wiped off, I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the Linen White. And once that was dry, I am going to sand it again. This time is to distress it. I am using my palm sander and a 220 grit sandpaper. And then I'm going to add some very simple handles using some Dollar Tree nautical rope I'm going to loop it into like a circle, and then I'm going to overlap the bottom, and I'm going to tie it using some jute twine. I'm going to tie it 3 times, and I'm going to make 2 handles. I'm now going to add them to each side of the board. I'm going to hot glue first, and then I am going to brad nail it so that way it's a little bit more secure. I'm going to take these vases. It's a set of 3 that I got at the Target dollar spot. They were all 3 for $5, which is a great deal. I'm just going to place them right on top, and then I'm going to place some greenery faux boxwood right inside, keeping it very simple, very chic, but also has like a really farmhouse kind of boutique style that I really love. And this is it for today, my friend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you love these farmhouse style DIYs. I hope that they inspire you to create them or maybe recreate your own. But let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I always love to hear because it just gives me an idea of what you like and what you like to see. If you are visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. As always, I'm going to have a playlist here and a video that has tons more farmhouse inspiration for you. So check it out, and I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know?